Is it an Aston Martin? The champion moves to the Aston Martin. The rebuild is set. So Sebastian, so breaking news. Yeah. I am an Aston Martin. Yes, I did rush the season, but I wanted to. But anyway. There's Omar Zafnar saying, alright.
Hey, I've been informed that a department has just completed another facility upgrade. I've sent you a message with the details.
So we lost so much of our durability. McLaren though are on top of the durability. Alright, so not gonna focus on that, but we're gonna focus on what's happening now. So basically we don't have an upgrade for the chassis just yet because we need facility spec 3 as well as this, so we need at least to upgrade one of these, so I expect to do that in a couple seasons. So let us do this first. Look at this. Look at that gap. Alright, Aston Martin and Alpine. We're going to be contested by Alpine, but McLaren are on top of the world. We need facility upgrade number 3. Alright, so we're going to go round 1. Let's go to free practice 3. We're going to do free practice 3 and then qualifying. I hope we can really compete with the midfield. I'm not expecting, for me, I am not expecting to fight at the top already. I'm not rushing. I have patience, so I have patience to go along.
They should have everything you need to track developments throughout the season. I'm Ben. Anything R&D, I'm the person to talk to. Oh, and it's
nice to see Sebastian Vettel.
To go out for a bite to eat at the end of the race weekend if you're interested. Do well.
No, it's on me. Alright. It's the new season. Round 1, practice 1. As you can see, Williams, and there's the interviewer right there. Lawyers have also bring some decent upgrades here for the season. So let's just do this thing real quick. 5 laps. So as you can see, we have a new lid for the season and a new steering wheel as well.
Give us some consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
So far, car feels a little bit slower, but yeah. Come on. Two seconds off. So remind you that one. Car feels a little bit more understeered than usual, but all in all, it feels decently good. Anyway, Aston Martin. At least I'm welcome here. We need to, our first objective, fight the Ferraris, that's it. Fight the Ferraris. Release the exit brake, and there we go.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
I think Jeff is still here. I know for a fact it is still inside his engine, but shut up. Sebastian and Norris should be a good rivalry as well. Vettel hunting for his 5th world title. Norris as well hunting for his 1st world title. So we're gonna go for
Great,
some
man.
quick out.
You nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Could be a good lap. I just hope that we're still decently good, or we can find a limit. Shit. Nice. Slot quick out. On we go.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
So we're done. The Nuggets are getting crushed. So 1.2 off ahead. 1.5 could be the stroll in the mediums. So 1.6 off. Alright, so we're gonna go soft tires. Gonna go for a flyer here. We can match up against Sebastian Vettel as well.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
I'm quicker than Leclerc, and oh,
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
come on. A10. Shit. As you can see, we're actually doing well. I literally spun it on the exit, but anyway. Sorry. Shit, I missed the last corner. .2 quicker. Oh fuck. 500. Let's
Great
go.
stuff. You pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
Did I not go for... Oh, Vettel on his new ride. That was quickest. No! Oh, nugget hurt. Fuck. Fuck. Favorite track? Favorite track. This is my favorite track, not gonna lie, guys, so... Bro, I did 505 earlier. Bro, Giovinazzi! Giovinazzi did not get out of the way. Come on, Gio.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Alright. Oh, we're 5/10 off. Wow, alright. Not bad. You were 3 seconds quicker than Stroll, so. Alright, so then we're gonna go for this final program.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
McLaren 1-2, as per usual. so alright. Just one.
Program
That's it.
complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Oh, the turbo durability. Yeah, we're good. Still amazed that we're about 5 tenths slower. And the car is like 3 seconds slower behind that.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Norris, Vettel and Max
Sebastian
Verstappen.
Vettel
What an
in a
incredible
McLaren.
practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Decided to kick out Vettel, that might be a big mistake. We're actually quicker to Sergio Perez on the soft start. Feels more spread out. Oh damn. Right. Doesn't really catch it. Alright, so of course gonna use our own setup, so okay, I don't actually have a Bahrain setup, so I guess I have to force it my own way. But right. Where's those go out? Peyton Watson doesn't have his braids again, so Aston Martin. Right. Now we know this car has potential in this scenario. We're dating this one back to 2021 for first race with McLaren. Now it's like that's all over again. First race now for Aston Martin. Sebastian Vettel. Well, Vettel's back on top again. And then McLaren. Not the quickest guy no more, but so the good free agent of the day. 26. Wow. 26.2.
That's Lance behind. Their best lap time is a 1:26.2.
Alright. Me and Lance doing basically the same time. We're basically still in Q2 too. Like, the gap's 2.3. Come on, 2.3. 2.3. It's a 9/10 gap, so we're probably safe. See, I do not need to say any more. Alright, we're safe. Look at that. Just, these guys are way quicker than us. Right, so Kalamila is out. Schumacher's also out. The two Alphas are in. Two Alpha Tauris are out. One of the Alpha Tauris is out, so that's unfortunate. But as you can see, Lando Norris is fastest from Sebastian Vettel. We should probably go late. Alright. McLaren. It's not McLarening anymore. Definitely go for down 25 at least. You go 25.5. If I stand for time. Bottas 25.619. 619. You can at least go down to at least a 24. Exactly. It's flat. So I gotta get through to Q2, isn't it? No, it's not gonna get us through to Q2. We should probably go down on low fuel. We are P8.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
It's only just for one lap of fuel. You can bring that Aston Martin, Jake Brown. If you can bring that into Q3, that itself in his debut, that would be amazing. of this struggle fest for the world champion on those soft tires. No personal best. So I'm trying to save a tire. Box. Eighth fastest. We're about 4/10 off of the drop zone. We're about 2/10 off of the drop zone. Lance Stroll has been struggling. We're gonna save a set of tires to get ourselves into Q3. Right. Oh, I forgot to change his test up front. So Jake Brown, he will go out of the pit, so he's gonna go for one more flyer. He's gonna be the first man to go out. Yes, he's on a new set of tires. Verstappen's gonna be starting on the softs. Jake Brown's also starting on the softs. Here we go. The world champion, his first crack at it. If he can improve, because his team is 5 times slower right now. Sebastian Vettel is proving what. If he could go quicker than Lando Norris here, this would be a brilliant feat for the Aston Martins. Aston Martin, their last Q3. Sebastian Vettel's their leader last year. Now here this year is Jake Brown looking for his first ever pole position, for his first ever Q2 appearance. Lando's not even out on the track here. He's still in the pits. Rounding the final corner, Jake Brown, he will look to pull the upset across the line. His 5th fastest for the young man. That might just be good enough. Where is though the rest? Jake Brown might just be safe because Lando Norris did not come out again. Rounding towards the far corner though. Where will Daniel Ricciardo go? Jake Brown's going through the rumble strips. Looks like Ricciardo doesn't improve. Where does the Alpine go? No. What about Verstappen right behind the Alpine Gasly? Verstappen goes quickest. What about that AlphaTauri? Is that AlphaTauri going to go in? Perez improves. What about Lance Stroll? Is he going to be out-qualified by his teammate for the first time? Yes, he is. That is going to be gutting for Lance Stroll. He gets out-qualified by 8 tenths. Jake Brown gets himself into Q3 for the first time in his Aston Martin career. Team McLaren will start to medium tires. at the moment, Jake Brown's not gonna go out. Saving a tire. The world champion is gonna save. So who's gonna be on pole? Everyone is out. First sectors. Lando Norris, Sebastian Vettel in his first ever race for Aston Martin. First sector, 27.4, Norris on 27.2. We're going to look an eye on these two McLarens as Perez goes for 27.4. 27.5 for Valtteri Bottas. Norris is the cool man at the moment. Now running towards the exit of the corner. Sebastian Vettel, 36 flat. Who's got anything to respond? Where's Sergio Perez towards the second sector? Perez on the 36.4, so he's 4 times slower. This lap is not good. But what about Lando Norris? Is he going to be quicker? No, he's 3 tenths slower, so it's all tight between the two McLarens. But here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's going to go across the line to 1:24.505. Sainz, he beats Sainz by 2 tenths of a second. Perez goes for a 1:24.9. What about Norris? Norris is going to go across the line now. It's a 1:24.4. It's pole by about a couple, 0.6 of a second. Charles Leclerc, actually, there might be a chance for Charles Leclerc. Valtteri Bottas on a 1:25. Verstappen's 27.3, 36.4. So this is not good of a lap for Max Verstappen as well. Charles Leclerc and Giovinazzi will go across the line next. He's going to go across the line. It's going to be a 1:26.3. He's going to put himself into 7th place. But where is Max Verstappen? Verstappen, he's going to go across the line. Is he going to be at 5th place for Max Verstappen? And now Charles Leclerc will go across the line. He's going to go for a 1:25.2. Oh, tight lap times at the top. That is interesting to see. And Jake Brown, he's not nowhere near the pace of those guys right behind him. The world champion. He's gonna go on a flyer here tonight. You know, so he's saving a set of soft tires. He's using the ones he's gonna use to start the race on. That's interesting. For Brown and Aston Martin, starting on the tires that you're gonna start on, it's gonna be real interesting. Now you're on towards the exit. Before, this was Jake's strongest sector. He was a McLaren driver. At the moment he is about 2 tenths, he's 4 tenths slower for the first sector. Jake Brown knows he won't compete. He can't compete. He's not even going to try to compete. Where last season Jake Brown, Lando Norris made contact, and now Brown actually might just start ahead of his teammate late to this race. Sorry, late to this race here. As that second sector for Jake Brown is only 7 tenths down. This could be a 25.6. For Jake Brown, this could be a splendid job by the world champion. Nevertheless, across the line, 25.9, he's 9 tenths slower than Perez, but it's about 1.5 seconds slower. Oh no, alright. That's our only good lap time. Giovinazzi's not even gonna try. So Sebastian Vettel is on pole.
And with qualifying complete,
Norris is
let's
on
review
pole.
our top 3 today.
Vettel
Norris,
second.
Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
No one. None of these guys.
How are you finding things at your new team? Are you settling in? Well, thanks anyway.
Lance Stroll. You have to perform well. This is going to be a great race at the midfield, not gonna lie. This is a season of rebuilding. This is not a season of tussling it out with these guys. I did participate, what do you mean? We have so many points. With durability, I'm not going to do durability yet because we don't have fucking resources for that yet. So, Aston Martin, well, literally you could capitalize on that regulation change. Guys are fucking shit. Anyway, we got a big gap to fulfill. It'll be okay. We did it in McLaren, we can do it in an Aston Martin. Let's do this.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. A new season then, a clean slate where anything can happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz,
Last time Vettel won was in 2019.
Max Verstappen and Perez, Bottas, Leclerc, Brown and Antonio Giovinazzi, Stroll, Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo and Gasly, Ocon, Islands, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So we can get a better start to the Ferraris. We should be good. Yeah, we might try this strategy. Alright. We're ready? The first race of the season. 29 laps around the Bahrain Grand Prix is going to be far off like Brown and Leclerc, but Leclerc's going to go for a little dive down inside. He cuts the corner looking for position, but so far Charles Leclerc has to drop all those positions behind. It's all Lando Norris who leads, Sebastian Vettel second, and there's a Red Bull Sergio Perez in third. Sorry, I should say Max Verstappen. The two Ferraris are battling it out. Jake Brown looking behind the world champion at the moment is looking, and he finds a pass on Charles Leclerc. And even so, Antonio Giovinazzi as well. Giovinazzi's looking for also for a pass. As Jake Brown's making moves again. He's going to make a move to the inside of the other Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. He's getting real feisty here for the world champion as he looks to fight against Carlos Sainz. Now on the exit, Sainz, does he have the exit? No, he does not, but it's all a McLaren 1-2, just like last season. But Sebastian Vettel in second. Jake Brown's not in a McLaren anymore. He's in that Aston Martin, who's at the moment in 7th place ahead of Carlos Sainz. Yeah, I also have to remember Jake Brown's really good in these corners. Remember, he's a world champion. He's experienced. But at the same time, in that car, in his new car, definitely going to be some new experience here for the championship league, for the world champion. Defended his crown back in 2022. Fast forward now here, and it's all to play for. It's all Lando Norris who leads, Vettel second, Verstappen third, then it's Hamilton, Perez in fifth, Bottas sixth, Brown still sticking there in seventh, behind Valtteri Bottas. So still great race pace by the Aston Martin, and he's actually really doing well. Lance Stroll is there in 11th place, still not getting the points paying positions that he obviously needed. Aston Martin is good in terms of power and speed. Brown's good in cornering. Should be a good duo, but right now it's all Valtteri Bottas. Sorry, it's all Lando Norris. And as it stands at the moment, Jake Brown's just keeping an eye on touching distance here. Now Carlos Sainz is right behind him. Sainz is going to look to the inside. Jake Brown defends. He's going to squeeze Sainz out of room on the inside. Sainz almost losing the rear. But it's all Jake Brown still up in 7th. Ferraris might be having a difficult time getting past that Aston Martin now that Jake Brown is comfortable and now that he has race pace. Jake Brown is good at race pace. He's good at race pace. He's not even actually that far off the guys at the front. It's a 29.04. Those guys are 29.6 for Jake Brown. He's not even that far off the pace, but there's Carlos Sainz looking right in front. Down the inside, is Sainz going to get the opportunity? No, he does not. Brown looking to squeeze him out of room again. And Jake Brown now has the DRS, can manage. So this is now a DRS train, so Jake Brown knows that. I'm not going to run out of loops in the end of the race. Touch and go. Give me. Alright, that's bad line. Because I was watching the number 1 is back on Jake Brown's number in a new car. He takes the championship away now. This is going to be a little bit of a problem for Carlos Sainz. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a problem for Sainz now that they're on the same strategy. Sainz will look to try and make a move at some point, but Jake Brown is just that quick towards these straights. Obviously, you know Jake Brown, he's feisty, he's really good in cornering, especially in this last sectors. The Denver Nuggets really not having a great time. So Sainz. Jake Brown cannot get that down the power. Here comes Carlos Sainz though. Sainz is closing. And actually, Brown's just done a 29.2. He's 2 times slower than the actual fastest lap. So he's actually not that far away from race pace here. But of course, the McLarens are on the medium, so they're on the slower tyre. As you know, but he's actually not that far away from the guys on the soft tyres. They're right in front of him. He could sniff a podium possibly. He could possibly sniff his first ever podium for Aston Martin. he qualified 9th. The qualifying pace for Aston Martin is just no way here today. We all know how good the race pace is in that Aston Martin. You know that Jake Brown, when he's still clinging on to a place in the top 7. Brown knows he has to push either against Valtteri Bottas, because Bottas is actually kind of struggling on race pace there. And Brown, fun fact, Brown also knows the race pace of these guys as they cross the line. Wow!
6.6 seconds.
What a lap! Jake Brown's just done a 29 flat in this DRS train, and somehow he's right behind Valtteri Bottas. Great scenes at Aston Martin. That could be a good confidence booster, because he's also pulled away from Carlos Sainz right behind him. So I wonder if Jake Brown can able to fight for the podium places here. He's not that far off. He's obviously going to get points, unless there's going to be a failure like what happened in his debut for McLaren. But I don't know. I mean, McLaren, they have the best durability as well, so they're basically the best in every single possible category. But Jake Brown, he knows the McLaren strategy, and he knows that they're going to go for one stop. So he definitely does know that he's not going to win this race. Down now towards the downhill corner. Carlos Sainz is closing back in behind that Aston Martin. I feel like Jake Brown's just used a little bit too much of his soft tires here. I mean, if he can undercut those guys right in front of him, that could be even more amazing if you think about it. If he can undercut the likes of Valtteri Bottas here, this could be a wonderful strategy calling in for Aston Martin.
Taking care of them.
He's lined them up on the exit, and as you can see, Jake Brown again is not close enough.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
So medium tires, and Brown, I think he's looking for an undercut. Obviously, everyone knows that Brown is looking for an undercut, and things like these. What's the exit? Just a little bit loose. Where will he? I mean, if the Aston Martin get himself up into that podium and defend like a lion, that could be an insane strategy call. And obviously he can also defend the McLarens as well, if he can defend the McLarens. But I mean, in this car you can't do that. I mean, Jake's a two-time winner here. We can't expect him doing what you want him to do and not do it. He can do what he's assigned to do. That is to get development, rebuilding this team and get them to the top. Get Aston Martin their first ever victory in Formula 1. Like, not a victory, but a championship. So Jake, who's going to come to the pits? Is Jake Brown. Is it going to be Jake Brown? It is. So Brown comes into the pits for medium compound tires. Undercut.
Some information on Giovinazzi. They have some kind of mechanical problem. Exit now.
So they're going to go for the undercut. Aston Martin are pulling the pin and going for that little bit of an undercut.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
If McLaren knows the strategy, then we can go for it. Oh, man. Really comfortable in this car. the world champion, is feeling very comfortable, I think. I feel like, yeah, sure, he is very comfortable, but once you hit that point where you have to go tie save and you don't have anyone right in front of you, you're not getting that DRS zone, it's done for you. In reality, it is just all of McLaren 1-2, Norris from Vettel, Aston Martin looking for the first championship. Also Leclerc comes in, one of the Ferraris is coming to the pits as well, so here we go, Jake Brown, he's gonna look for that DRS, he definitely looks for it. Oh, he goes to the inside, yes he is, so Jake Brown, easy first place, easy 15th place for Jake Brown. He's on an alternate strategy, he's looking for, not to be slow, but at the same time be quick.
Gap to car in front is 4.3 seconds.
Actually, Jake's actually supposed to be much quicker than these guys on the soft, so it's a little bit of a benefit if you think about it. Aston Martin pulled the trigger and they're going to pull it really good. I might just go even faster with this tire. Oh, my bad. So Jake Brown goes quickest with a 1:28.603, and he might just get ahead of Lewis Hamilton, maybe even Max Verstappen. He's going to be right behind Verstappen. He's going to be ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who makes contact with him whilst trying to close out. Jake Brown, he's ahead. So now Verstappen's going to be a little bit in trouble here. Brown's up to 4th. This is a good sight to see for Aston Martin. What a bright spot. This has been McLaren. Obviously that was Jake Brown's decision to not go to McLaren for the next season, but obviously McLaren did force him to get out of that seat. So Verstappen at the moment might just be under intense pressure here. Here we go, Verstappen's going to make a move to the inside, he's going to use his ERS, nice and easy, neat and tidy, and he's up into P10, he's going to make the move stick. Here comes Jake though. Jake is not on the ERS, but he now has it. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. And towards turn 1, he's going to make it 2 passes there. Verstappen didn't know. Jake Brown is up into the podium places, net podium places. And now Gasly pressurized by Hamilton. Well, this has been a great sight to see, isn't it? The Aston Martin is going to make a move. He's going to go to the outside, makes him inside line work, and he's up into P7.
Nice work. That brings you up a place.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant stuff for Aston Martin, because if they get ahead, so Lando, alright, so Daniel Ricciardo is going to be incensed here. Ricciardo is going to be a little bit pressurized. As here comes Verstappen. Oh, Brown's going to make his move. He makes the move to the inside. Ricciardo going to leave the space. And now Verstappen's going to make his move to the inside as well. Oh no, this is going to be bad. So Max Verstappen is up into 7th. Jake Brown's in 6th. But here comes Max. And Hamilton, after all of that, is going to be making a move. But here comes Verstappen though on the Aston Martin. And just like that, Verstappen's up into the 3rd place. But for how much longer Brown defends? Brown gets his first defense up and running.
3.9 seconds.
His first defensive work is good enough. 28.603. Here comes Max Verstappen again. Verstappen's going to look to the inside. Oh, he forces Brown to make a mistake, and here comes Max Verstappen, and he's up into P3. Although Brown's not going to be really happy with that. Verstappen actually, Jake Brown's going to look to tuck in. Verstappen now in Jake Brown's territory, actually. Now, this is Jake Brown's sector. This is where Brown really thrives, and this could be in danger moment for Max Verstappen. Give me a minute. I'm not focused, for fuck's sake. Remember, these guys are on the same race. They're basically in the same race. So this is gonna be not good for Max Verstappen here. He's in the same race with an Aston Martin. He goes for a 28.5. I just put in the fastest lap of the race. But Jake Brown will not take that easily. Brown makes his move to the inside. Verstappen goes for the switchback. Brown still has the inside line. Is he going to still be able to make it stick? Yes, he does. Great stuff. That is a move of a world champion. That is a move of a world champion.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
Here we go. Here comes Max Verstappen. Verstappen's going to make a move again. This time Brown's going to go to the inside. Hamilton, Brown defends again. Oh no! All right. So actually, Lewis Hamilton, he's not catching these two. Well, Jake's obviously the quicker man. As one of the McLarens comes into the pits, I think it's Sebastian Vettel looking for that undercut.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Oh no, is Sebastian Vettel gonna get held up here? No, Lando Norris gonna get up here? No, he's not. So Verstappen's like, well, let's just stick here. Let's stick to the plan. Jake Brown's also like sticking to the plan. So Lance Stroll's in third at the moment. Meanwhile, Jake Brown's going to make another easy move to the inside of this corner. So that's a roughly easy move, and Verstappen might just go afterwards. This could be really good or really bad for Max Verstappen here. Jake Brown giving the slipstream to Callum Ilott. Now that is good teamwork. Does Ilott need to give the place though? They're not on the same race as these guys. Make your moves quickly if you want to pull away. And Verstappen, well, he's gonna make his move. We're gonna make our move. Down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda. And Stroll and the rest of these guys come to the pits. It's really
to the car in front is 3.6 seconds.
So Vettel is actually behind Lando Norris here, and actually Callum Ilott, he's not gonna back out from this one against Max Verstappen. Never mind. Brown in third, yet somehow Jake Brown's still quicker. Verstappen or Ilott. Here we go. Here comes Max Verstappen. Which way is Brown gonna go? Is he gonna go to the inside? Verstappen's gonna go to the inside. Brown just leaves the room open, but still closing it down. Brown's the Minister of Defense, isn't he? Oh, fuck, it's used.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
Paris is just going quicker behind, it's 24. McLaren's actually are not going up for one more stop, so is McLaren on the right decision here? If Jake Brown is going to the end, he's gonna go to the end definitely. He's not gonna go fuck this thing up, but anyway. Here goes Verstappen again. He get left to the inside, nowhere to go, and again a little moment. So Verstappen cannot make the move. That's the issue. Jake Brown's like a sitting wall. He can't really make a move on. Oh, Verstappen having a low moment there. Now that might just cost him big time. He could go soft.
Roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. The gap to the car ahead is 3.8 seconds.
Because Max Verstappen again. What is Verstappen thinking, man? Here he comes again. It actually does not help the tyre of Mr. Max Verstappen. Now if they go to the mediums, they could still catch up to Norris or Vettel, but still it won't be enough. These two have been on par with pace for a long time now. As here it comes, Max Verstappen. He's gonna look for a move to the inside. Brown's gonna leave him to space, and Jake Brown once again holds firm of that position. Can't make a move. So Max Verstappen, he is about a couple hundreds off. So can Sebastian Vettel chase down his teammate? Verstappen comes in looking for the undercut.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Let's look for the overcut. Look for the overcut. So Verstappen reacts with an undercut of his own. Other guys who will go for a one stop. There are the guys who will go for a one stop, so you could probably get back up right in place. Push, push, and push.
So there you go, Scott Foster called it unfortunate. I mean, definitely unfortunate for Jalen Williams. They're trying to control the...
Bro, Denver's down by 40. So Sebastian Vettel, he was in this car and he put this car on the podium. Lance Stroll is still in this car. He put this one on the top step of the podium in Mexico. And now there's going to be a little bit of a chain reaction once Verstappen catches back up to the man, the myth, the legend, Jake Brown. Alright, good move. Medium skins. So Perez also comes in.
Go, go, go. You'll be racing on the exit.
So
Release, release.
Go is now in. Has Verstappen got the strategy right? There's Verstappen. He's gonna go right past, and that undercut works for Max. He's ahead of that Aston Martin. But for how much longer is he going to be ahead of Aston Martin? Now that Jake Brown has newer tyres, great reaction by Max Verstappen. It was actually a great job by Verstappen to get himself up there. But Jake Brown, he's going to be hunting. So at the moment, the team McLaren, they're clear. So they are going to finish another 1-2. But who's going to be ahead though? Will it be Vettel? Will it be Norris? We shall see. Remember, Jake Brown got comfortable in those medium tires and pushed on to get the 28.6. If Verstappen cannot get past Ocon, if he can't dump Ocon that well, this is going to be a little bit of an issue for Verstappen. Jake Brown's going to be pushing for a podium. Jake Brown knows he has to push for a place on the podium. As Ocon comes in, Verstappen's gonna get a free DRS. But Jake Brown, he knows he's got podium in sight.
Verstappen has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. Gap to teammate behind is 6.6 seconds.
Get into that DRS on you also free. 26 seconds is the gap between Vettel and Brown. The medium tires are very, very powerful this one. We need to get past Verstappen, so we should get him on the 4th and final sector. 35. We can't make a pass with Verstappen, we could not pass Verstappen, so come on, push on. Push, push. Come on, push, push, push. Get into his fucking DRS and make Verstappen goes quicker, Jake Brown's just 2 times slower. Brown's sticking with him though. He got me 10 laps, 10 laps of racing. Come on now. Get close. Get fucking close. There's the motivation on the side of Aston Martin. They know that a podium is smelting coming. Come on. Alright, give me a minute. This is a good race. Come on. It's okay, okay? Push to the limit. Push to the limit. Push to the fucking limit, mate. Push to the fucking limit. Fucking shit. Not fucking close enough.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Come on. Come on. He's fading. Come on, he's fading. Come on, he's fading, he's fading. Can I try to finish at least on a podium? Undercut, fucked us. Fucked us in the butt. So fucking much. What was that? Right, anyway. Jake Brown is smelling a podium. Come on, why? So Jokic is done. Come on. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Stafford is literally trying absolutely everything.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
What the downforce, mate? What are you doing? That's just fucking kidding me, guys. Let's know that. It's gone. This would be a dream. First podium for Aston Martin. Come on. Get fucking close, mate. Yeah, close. I can fucking smell it. Bro, well done. Push, push, push. Can't fucking push. My ERS is fucking gone. Sebastian Vettel. The world champion versus a future champion. Still a second to each other. Come on. Come on, there he is. Fucking shit. Catch up to him. Oh my god. Feeling alive. Take your time. Fucking shit, I can't get the DRS. I think I could get it now. In this final sector. .9. Push. Yes, you got it, you got it.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Please no. Please no. No. I'm literally in his DRS.
We can confirm that it's an issue with our engine. The issue seems to be fixed, but we will keep monitoring it our end. We're leading our teammate by 19.7 seconds.
So now we've closed into the back of Verstappen. This is going to be a little bit of an issue now for Max Verstappen. Do we wait? Do we be patient? Touch and go. You're a fucking touch and go, mate. Max Verstappen is right there in front of us. Save your ERS. Save ERS. Jake Brown's... he's being told to save ERS. Maybe for a reason here, and that is to try maybe later try to
catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Here we go. This is going to be a real crucial time for Max Verstappen now. Max Verstappen is being catched up here by the Aston Martin of Jake Brown. Now Brown's being told to get himself ERS in order for him to make the defense really well. And as you can see, Jake Brown's not doing anything to try and make a move, although Verstappen struggles on that outside. He struggles to accelerate. Brown almost got around the outside, but still he lives to fight for another day. Is the World Championship contender. Oh my god, feeling light. 4 times there. Verstappen 0.4. I know. Brown could just get him on that exit. You know, the Aston Martin, they got at least 200 miles an hour, 212.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Got 212 miles per hour. McLaren. Now, it's McLaren domination. We're gonna watch this battle for the podium. Here we go. Jake Brown, 200. You're gonna see it in his dashboard. 250 miles per hour. Brown's gonna go for the move. And already looking to pull away from Max Verstappen. Verstappen starting to struggle on those tires. Here we go. Brown is gone. Good night, says Jake Brown on Max Verstappen. Brown's done. He knows he has to. He had to make that move. His tires will be dead center if he continues to follow Max Verstappen. And great job by the Aston Martin crew. Aston Martin loved that move. Despite the order. What a race for Jake Brown here today. What a drive by the world champion here today. And he's pressurizing Verstappen too.
Is 24.2 seconds.
And now can just sit comfortably with 3 laps to go. He's got what he's never got before. That is the race, the podium here today for Aston Martin as well. Their first podium since Mexico. And look the lap time that Jake Brown has put in.
Fastest lap of the race.
McLaren clearly not securing the championship points here. Clearly, you can clearly see him. Jake Brown clearly sees that he knows that he made the move stick. That is what you call tactics. Tactics in Aston Martin. Despite the undercut, Jake Brown with fresher tires, fresher rubber, he can just go for it and just not make life difficult for the young man. On Stroll at the moment. He is way down the order.
Gap to teammate behind is 28.6 seconds. They're on old hards. They're in 12th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 29.9.
And to think that they're saying Jake Brown's not good enough for that seat. That he's not good enough to make
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Make a team real effective. Well, look at this now. Look at what he's done for Aston Martin. He's going to give them their first podium of the season. It's going to be a consecutive seasons where they've been on the podium. It's going to be 2 consecutive seasons where they're on the podium. What a race for the young champ. Someone's having issues. That's about knock on. No, it's Giovinazzi. What's happened to Giovinazzi as well? So Esteban Ocon's out of this one. What a disappointing end. Well, Alpine have been abysmal in their battle between themselves and Aston Martin. And Aston Martin starts the battle with a podium. That's going to be a great confidence booster and a great objective. Lance Stroll, he's not battling right now for the podium. He's nowhere near the podium, but his teammate is about 2 seconds quicker than the rest. He's still putting on some good lap times with a brilliant lap with a 1:27.7. It's actually quicker than the Haas's lap times in qualifying, so really that goes to show how good the pace is from Jake Brown. He's basically Max Verstappen in F1 2021. Like his performances, Verstappen's performances in real life is translated here, where we're in a car that's like way off the pace of the front runners, yet we are still in the podium places, going for fastest laps.
This is your final lap.
And this is going to be a victory lap. A victory lap. This is going to be a victory lap. Last lap. So Lando Norris, Sebastian Vettel will wait until his first race win since 2019. But meanwhile, loads of smiles in Aston Martin here today. Or here tonight. As Nikita Mazepin needs to let one of the Aston Martins go past. And there it is.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Actually, Max Verstappen's pushing here to try and get Jake Brown, but Brown, it's a little too late for Max Verstappen. He's got the DRS, but now through the main straight, Lando Norris leads the McLaren 1-2 and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel is back on the podium for the first time since Imola last season, and his first for McLaren. But now, Jake Brown, there's an Aston Martin gonna be finishing on the podium. Jake Brown, despite the criticism of leaving McLaren for a worse team, Jake Brown finishes third for Aston Martin.
About that one. That was an excellent drive.
What a drive by Jake Brown. He finishes ahead of Max Verstappen. An unbelievable, unprecedented move that got him into the podium places.
That's it.
Wow.
A spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain and a real champion's drive to take the win. Tell me, Ant, how do you think
Lando Norris emerges.
Incredible result today.
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
What a race. Debut podium.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win
Norris.
and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
Look at that, the two McLarens. Sebastian Vettel and Lando Norris. Two greats of the sport. We talked to Vettel. Vettel agreed that we would switch. Well, not in the essence that he wanted to switch, but he wanted me to, what's best for my future? He knew that.
Lando Norris takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to Brown. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern day Formula One.
Let's move on to the constructors. McLaren supplant the previous leaders, taking control of the championship. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Wow, what a race. First podium. Can't believe it. Hard work, execution led us to this moment. Or we are in the podium places. Let's go. Let's go. Well, that's gonna do it. We'll see you in the next episode. It's goodbye. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're gonna look at this move one more time. Just this move on boss house as well. Where do we line up the move? Here it is. Verstappen got the undercut on me. Here we go. We didn't waste any time. We decided to go with it. Down the inside. And that's our first podium, boys. What a first podium. What a way to do it as well. In Bahrain as well. Wow. Mercedes carbon copy? Well, maybe, but come on. Yeah, that's gonna do it.